Hey guys, so this is just a quick, easy tutorial to show you how you can do some cool effects with the doors in the game so you can have units look like they're spawning out of them instead of just having them pop up all randomly out of the map. And you can see that looks much better than if you just have a bunch of units coming out all over the place like this. So first you just want to find your Doodad in the Actors tab over here, and the one I'm using is just called the Space Platform Cliff Door. Then you want to look at the model itself so you can find out what the different animations are called. So you open up the cutscene editor, and then here you just right click on this little bar and you can see the different animations. So this is the door opening. So that one's called Stand Morph Start. This one is it closing, Stand Morph End, and then just Stand Morph is when it just stays open like that. So we'll need to know those names of those animations later on. So go back to here, and what we're going to end up doing is in the send events, this will tell us whenever the opening signal is done, then it'll keep playing the open animation, because in triggers that's where we're gonna tell it to do the opening animation, and this will tell it when the open animation is done, then it should just stay open. And same with closing, in triggers, we're gonna show you how to do it where you tell it to start playing the closing animation, and then in data it'll say once that closing animation is done, it'll just do the regular standing animation. So to do that, you just want to go to your events here, and you just add event, and you click on animation done. Then you also need to add a term which creates this thing, and it's the animation name. And the name, you can pick whatever you want, but you'll just need to keep it consistent later. If you hit customize, that's where you can create a new name. And then so when the opening animation is done, we want it to stay open, so to do that we do the animation play. We're just going to use stand for this one, and then we click stand and then morph and play forever. And then same thing when we want it to close. When the closing animation is done, then it'll play just the regular stand animation. It's set up pretty much the same as this, but you change this and you just do the regular stand animation with a none instead of the morph underneath it, and again play forever. So that's pretty much all you need to do in data, and the next little part is in triggers. So here, whatever event you need, I just did a numpad key so I could make it for the video. So then we'll do you need to do send an actor message, and then the actor you want to target is an actor from a Doodad, so you want to click on that function and then choose your platform door on the map. And then the message that you want to send to it is the animation play. Then remember to do the correct name you did, the open, and then the stand morph start. So that's where it was opening the door. And you don't need to click play forever for this one. And then I did pretty much the same thing for when the door closes down here, except you do the close instead of open, and then end instead of start. And I guess that's the main part of it. One other cool thing just to know when you're setting all this stuff is when you do I'm so used to doing default facing, but you can also do point facing, and that way when you're in the editor right here, you can see this is actually a point right here, even though it looks like a marine. And then if I click on that, you'll see under model, I changed it to the marine model, so that way I can kind of see which way it'll face when I spawn it, and when I combine it with that point facing. So if I were to do like this, I'll know he'll spawn facing that direction, and that'll really help if I have doors all over the place and I want to make sure they look like they're going the right way when they first spawn. And that's it. It's a pretty easy thing to do. I know in the past I would just spawn units out of thin air, and at least this looks a little more realistic. So definitely add those to your campaign maps and different things. And peace out.